Hey everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and it's time once again for another movie review. This time out, I'll be taking a look at Willow Creek, the 2014 found footage horror film written and directed by Bobcat Goldthwait, who is probably not somebody that you would associate with horror films. You either know him as a stand-up comedian or from the Police Academy films, or you know him as the director of movies like God Bless America, World's Greatest Dad, Shakes the Clown. This, however, is something that you probably wouldn't find necessarily or expect to find in his wheelhouse. This is a pretty straightforward found footage horror film that takes the material that it's attempting to tackle kind of seriously. It tells the story of Jim and Kelly, who are a fairly serious boyfriend-girlfriend, and they are attempting to document their journey into Northern California and Bigfoot country, the Bluff Creek area where the Patterson-Gimlin film was made about 50 years ago. And if you know anything about Bigfoot lore, you know that the Patterson-Gimlin film is the one piece of evidence that is probably the most well-known as far as Bigfoot goes. It's the movie or the film that was made of Bigfoot sort of walking away from the camera and turning back and looking over her shoulder. I say her because it's very clearly a female creature in the film. And this film has never been disproved. It's never been proven to be real, but it's never been disproved either. And it stands up as the one piece of footage that everybody points to and go, okay, if you don't believe, explain that. If you do believe, there you go, that's your best piece of footage. So Jim wants to visit the site where this film and this encounter happened, and he takes his girlfriend Kelly, who is not really a believer of Bigfoot, but she's going along to humor him and kind of help him with this documentary of their journey. And they interview a few people in town. They come across a little bit of resistance from locals who kind of want them to leave and stop poking around. The buildup on this film is very lengthy, and it does take its time getting going. But that's what the first part of the film is about. There's sort of interviews, and they're gaining familiarity with the material and the area. And then the second part of the film is their experience in the wilderness as they spend the night looking for Bigfoot around Bluff Creek and what happens to them. I don't want to give away any specifics about the film because this is a found footage film, and of course, like any movie, the joy is actually experiencing it. But this is really interesting because it is very similar to Blair Witch in terms of, okay, it's people out in the woods hearing noises. But I think for me at least, it was more successful because it is based in something that's real. Blair Witch was, of course, based on a fictional myth from Maryland, I believe. This is rooted in stuff that people have had experiences with, and there are other pieces of footage and other pieces of evidence that are incorporated as elements in this film, and that kind of roots it and makes it feel more real, I guess. By and large, though, of course, it's a horror film, and some people have savaged this film because they think it's boring. It's all build up and no payoff. There's no, super special effects or anything like that. This is a very low budget, very carefully crafted to look like found footage film. There's nothing on here that would wow you in terms of visuals, but it's the creation of the atmosphere and then the delivery of a really suspenseful scene, which is about as much as I want to say. But there's an 19 minute long one-take scene in this film that is absolutely one of the most suspenseful and creepy scenes I've seen in a movie in a long time. And for me, that was worth the price of admission and everything that you needed to go through to get to that place. The ending's a little bit disappointing, but it is a found footage film, so it wasn't too unexpected as to what happened. The way it unfolds, of course, is not predictable, but the ultimate ending is fairly predictable. And I'm really not giving anything away there. But I really had a good time with this. I thought it was a lot of fun. If you're a Bigfoot aficionado, you will probably like it more than the average horror fan, and you'll know why you watch it. But I think it did a really good job of building suspense, delivering some scares that are actually those scares that are rooted in the subconscious, in the back of your mind, the unknown, fear of the dark type stuff, really primal fears. And it's not rooted in stupid jump scares and gore and weird special effects and that kind of stuff. And for me, those are the types of horror films that I really like. I feel like I say that in every horror review that I do, but if it can make you scared and creep you out and do it in a way that isn't cheap, those are the kind of horror films I like, and this one is one of them. So it's not perfect by any means, but it is entertaining. It's, at least for me. So if you like a slow burn, suspense-filled, creepy movie that you could probably watch with the lights turned off and scare the crap out of yourself, Willow Creek is probably going to be a movie for you. So I would recommend it based on those things. If you like, jump scares, super fast editing, don't like to sit and let a film build up to something, you probably won't like this, and you probably will find it boring. But I liked it, I enjoyed it, I recommend it. I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10, and there you go. That's my review of Willow Creek from 2014. I hope you enjoyed the review. As always, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Take it easy.